Hi guys, this is the new video for doing your work and how to turn it in. So there's a couple of parts. I'm going to try to make it short and I'll show you some of the new stuff that wasn't in the other video. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to tell you that you should probably create a folder either on your flash drive or on your computer somewhere just for CIS-1. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm just going to put it on my desktop. So let's do that. There we go. So I'm just going to right click on my desktop and I'm going to say new folder. And I'm going to name it CIS-1. And that's the place where I'm going to save my files to. And I put it on my desktop because it's easy for me to get to later on. So I'm just going to put it right there. Now, what we want to do next is we want to go to the Canvas page. So here is our Canvas page. And I'm going to click on assignments. And I always use these links instead of the ones on the left. I like these better. And here it takes me to the Microsoft Word reading and assignments. So here's the reading. You can click on it and it'll take you to the part of the book that covers everything you need to know for Module 1, or most everything you need to know for Module 1. And then you can start doing Module 1. So how do you do it? You click on it. So I'm going to click on this link. And then I'm going to say load Word Module 1 in a new window. So it takes me to Cengage. And there I get to this page. And this is the same as the way it was in the old days, eventually, where it tells me a couple of things. One, it says maximum number of submissions allowed, number of submissions you have remaining. So you have 5 tries at this. So I'm going to click on the Start button. And now this is where it looks different than it used to. So this is a new interface. So the first thing is, I'm going to download the instructions. Well, I'm going to actually open the instructions in Word. And Word is opening on this window, so let me move this window. There we go. So now Word is up here, and here are the instructions. I'm going to just click Enable Editing. There we go. Perfect. So here are my instructions. And there's a couple of pages, and then there's a graphic image of what it should look like when you're done. Okay, now I'm going to print these out. I'm going to go and press print. See, I press print. And then my printer is so super fast, I have them right here. You can see that I printed out all of them. I probably didn't need to print out this page, which only has a little bit on the top. And I probably didn't need to print out this. Although I did, and I printed them in color. I could have probably printed them in black and white, would have been fun. The reason that I print them out is because now I can take a pen or a pencil and I can mark off what I've done. Now, it's important to read the instructions. I know it sounds dumb, but you have to read the instructions. Our grader is very picky, and you have to actually see what it is that you're looking at. And so sometimes it will do something like, let's see, there's probably not one in here. But like here, where it has something in quotes, if there's a period there, then you need to include the period by also highlighting it or selecting it. If there isn't a period, but on your document there's a period, and you include it, then it'll mark it as being incorrect. Okay, so be very careful with that stuff. So basically what we're going to do now is we have these instructions, and even the getting started part is, this part is, you have to do this. So otherwise it won't work. Now I'm going to need to download the file that I need. So let me go back. I'm going to close this because I have them printed out. And then here it says start file. So I'm going to download this, and I'm actually going to save this Well, you know what? I'm going to open it with Word. And enable, I'm going to click on enable editing. There we go. Then I'm going to just minimize this really quick. And I'm going to download the support file here, which is a picture which I need to insert. That I'm not going to open, I'm going to save it. And when I press OK, it downloads it. And then I'm going to click here. Well, before I click there, I'm going to minimize this window. And what did I do with my CIS-1? I'm going to put it up here. So I'm going to click here. And I'm going to open the folder that it's in. There it is. And I'm going to take that support file and I'm going to put it into my CIS-1. And I just dragged it. And then I know where my support file is. Now, the Word document that I opened is still here. And the first thing that it says here is to look at the name. So it's ILWD-_1A_ Peter Watson _1. And it says to save the file as the same thing, except I need to change the 1 to a 2. So I'm going to go File, Save As. I'm going to go to my desktop. And I'm going to go to the desktop. And I'm going to pick CIS-1. And then I'm going to change the 1 to a 2 and press Save. Now I'm going to do what they tell me to do, which is double check to make sure that this is now _2, which it is. So I just look at the top of my screen here in Windows. And then I look to the bottom and I double check to make sure that this file was specifically created for me. So that means that you have to download your own file, work on it, and upload your own file. Otherwise, it won't accept it. So you have to work with your account and you have to download it. You got to work on that file, and that's the file that needs to be uploaded back to your account. Now, I'm not going to do this whole thing. I'm only going to do a little bit of it. So here it says Project Step 1. And it says, begin by making the following changes to the document theme and the theme colors to match other documents from the Financial Aid Office. A, change the document theme to Office. So I'm going to go up here to where there are themes, and this is in the book and in the lecture. So let's go to Design. So I go to the Design tab, and I click on Themes, and I pick the Office one, which is the first one right here. So I click on that. And notice how the colors have changed a little bit. So I'm going to mark that off as I go. So I've got an X on the A. Now it says 1B. Change the document theme colors to red. So the colors are here. Oops. I don't know why it did that. The colors are right here. So here are the theme colors. And by the way, if you mouse over something, it should tell you what it is. So these are the theme colors. And I want to change that to red. Okay, so notice again, my text has changed color. Now I'm going to mark that off. Now I'm ready for step 2. Step 1 is done. Change the margins to narrow to fit more content of the page, on the page. So let's go back to layout here, and I'm going to change my margins to narrow. So I'm done. I'll mark that off. Now I'm on step 3. And step 3 has parts A, B, C. Somebody's here. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to stop sharing really quick, and I'm going to pause this. Okay, so I'm back. So this is actually a good example because I know exactly where I left off. Because why? Because I have X's. I did all this stuff. So now I know where to start, which is why I would print this out. So you don't have to kind of figure out where you were. So I'm going to go back and share my screen. And go back to my document. So there I am. Okay, so Step 3, and this will be the last step I do, and then I'm going to save it and submit it. Now, you don't have to be online. You just need Word, and you just need to, you just have to work on it. So you can work on it, and you don't have to finish it in one sitting. Like I said, I just got up and came back. So it says, make the picture of the students more eye-catching and suitable for the layout as follows. So 3A is resize the picture height to a height of 2.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to click on this. And then I'm going to go to Picture Tools and Format and change it to a height of 2.5 inches. Okay, good. Did that, mark it off. Next, apply the center shadow rectangle picture style. So with this thing still selected, I'm going to go to picture styles here, and they want me to pick, I don't know, this one? No. Okay, so I need to click the little down arrow here, and the center shadow rectangle. So I'm going to switch this one. By the way, if you mouse over the controls, it tells you what they are. I just don't know which one it is. It's center shadow. Shouldn't be that hard to find. Got to get one that says center shadow rectangle. That's the one I want. So I'm going to apply that by clicking on it. And then it says apply the glow 5-point brown accent color 6 glow picture effect. Now, if you didn't change the colors earlier, you won't have this color. So you got to be careful that you have done everything before. So what am I doing? It's a picture effect. So I'm going to go to picture effects, and I'm going to go to glow, and then it says glow 5-point. So that's 8-point. That's 5-point. Brown. I'm guessing that this is brown. Yes. Accent color 5. No. Accent color 6 is what I want. What's that? Glow 5-point accent color 6. So this is the one I want. So I click on that, and then I mark it off. So I've done steps 1, A and B, steps 2, and steps 3, A, B, and C. And then I would just move on to step 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. So when I'm done with step 15C, I'm done. Okay, now, however long that took, I'm going to save my file. So I'm just going to click save right up here. I'm going to click off of it. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and close it. Now it says to save your work to SAM. So basically I have to drag and drop it here, or I can browse. So if you click on browse, you get one of these things, and I can go to my desktop, and now I go to my desktop, I have my CIS1 folder, and that's the one that I saved, right? And I can press open, or I can drag that down onto this area. So I'm just going to go ahead and click open. And look, it is uploading it, and it's told me the expected file name, and it's good. And it submitted it, or I should submit for a grade, so I'm going to submit. Submissions successfully graded. To resubmit the project, close the screen and return to MindTap, relaunch a project, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I can now look at my graded summary report. And I'm just going to open this with Word. And the graded summary report looks pretty much like the instructions. Okay, except instead of saying A and B, it has a little green check mark here. So I did that, and I did B. successfully. So I have green check marks. So I got 6 points out of 6 points for the first step. For the second step, change the margins to narrow. I changed the margins, I got 6 out of 6. For the third step, I did all 3. I got 6 points out of 6 points. For the fourth step, I didn't do any of them. So I got all of these wrong. Now, in some instances, you will get like 3 out of the 4 correct, and then you have 1 that you didn't do or that you did incorrectly. So that'll be the only one that'll have, and you'll get partial points. So however many points, 5 out of 6 or 4.5 out of 6 or whatever. So what I would do then is I would look at all of the ones that I had wrong or that I got docked for and didn't do correctly. And then you can go back to your document and edit it. Fix just those pieces that you have wrong, and then save it and upload it again, and you'll get more points. You can do that up to 4 more times. So you have 5 total submissions. So the first time you submit it, you have, 6 or 7 things wrong. You fix those, you submit it again, and you forgot to fix one of them. So you fix that one and submit it again, and et cetera, until you have 100%. You shouldn't have less than 100%. If you think you are doing something correctly, but it's still docking you points, let me know. Come to the office hours and I can look at it and make sure that you've done it, and then I can just change the points. Okay, and give you the points for it. Because sometimes it does some glitchiness. So having said that, what I want to show, and by the way, it also shows you what errors you have, graphically down here on the last page. But I'm going to close this and I'm going to look at the study guide. So let's say that you didn't know how to, oops, my study guide opened in a window. New window. So let's say that I didn't know how to do, and see here it's even saying I got 6 points minus 6 points. So these are the things that I need to learn. Change the paragraph spacing. So let's say that I don't know how to do the paragraph spacing. You can click on this and it opens down here again. And you will get a little training at some point. And I'm going to press play.
Increase or decrease the amount of space before or after a paragraph. Click in the first body paragraph.
Now this is giving you an example. So
Click
this
the
is
layout tab on the ribbon.
This is not your project, obviously.
In the paragraph group, click the up arrow in the before text box. The spacing changes to 6 points before the paragraph. In the after text box, click the up arrow. The spacing changes to 6 points after the paragraph.
So you can see that there are little training videos that will show you how to do. So here, for instance, in step 4, it says change the paragraph spacing before to 12 point and change the paragraph spacing after to 6 point. So if you didn't know how to do it and you got that wrong, you can click on this training thing right here. These links are links to the book itself. So if I click on this, oops, it's opening down here. It should open the page that it thinks is most helpful. Set document margins. paragraph spacing settings for the active paragraph. So see here, it's showing you that this is where they are, and it's in the layout ribbon. Spacing section, so where is this? The paragraph spacing settings for the active paragraph. So here it is. So when I clicked on that, that link, it's showing me exactly how to do it. Okay. So now it's also showing me other things, but you have to kind of try to find it in this way. But here, you should always have a, I don't know, let's see, apply a text effect. Right? You can always have these little training videos. And by the way, you can speed these up too. See, there's a speed button right here. And so as soon as it starts playing, I'll speed this one up a little bit. Or I can change it to 1.5. There we go.
Customize the appearance of text with shadows and color, for example. You can apply a text effect. Select the title text, Rockland Consulting Services. In the font group, click the Text Effects and Typography button. The Text Effects and Typography gallery opens. Click the fill blue accent color font shadow text effect. Word formats to select the text with the effect.
Done. So this is very helpful. If you still can't figure out how to do something, or it's still giving you, docking you points, even after you fixed it and saved it and uploaded it again, then talk to me. But you should be good here. And by the way, apply the text effect orange accent to 6th column, 1st row in the outline section of the text effects and typography gallery to the web address, blah, 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 blah. And notice how the period is outside here. So you have to be careful to only select the things within the quotation marks here. They don't have quotation marks on our page, but they do here. So I'm going to look at that really quick. So I'm going to go to my Word document. Oh, I don't have it open anymore. Let me minimize here and go back to this and come down here. And yes, so be careful, right? The period should not be selected when you're adding your text effect or doing whatever it is that you're doing to it. Because in the instructions, it didn't say, where am I? I'll get my instructions. I'll open them with Word. In step, I think it's step 4, no? Step is this. Apply, no. Complete the guidelines as follows, blah, blah, blah. Where is it? Maybe it is step 4. No? Where was it? Bulleted list. Oh, here it is. 12B. See, you only want to highlight what's in between these quotation marks. And so it's picky about if there was a period in here, right, then you would include the period when you highlight it and change it. If there isn't, don't. So be careful, because it'll mark you wrong for that kind of stuff. So there you go. It's just doing that over and over again and uploading it, viewing the graded summary report, and there you go. Remember that you have 5 tries at each module. So for the Word project, it's module 1, 2, and 3, and you have 5 tries. So you have a total of 15 tries, 5 for each one. So if you have any questions, let me know. Other than that, that's the way it works now. And the study guide thing I think is great. So If you have any other questions or you need this explained in a different way, like I said, you can come to my office hours and I'll walk you through it. Okay, so there you go. You guys have a good day. Let me stop sharing and then I will stop recording. So bye. See you guys later.